What's going on, my fellow nerds? My name is Mario and welcome to All About Nerd, and today we're going to be talking about some of those most talked about stories in the nerd community throughout this week. Once again, welcome to All About Nerd, and for those of you that may not be informed, remember that this is the channel that was formerly known as Star Wars Row Reviews. Now, the reason for the name change is because we're trying to expand the channel to cover a few more topics more than just Star Wars. We want to cover more things in the nerd spectrum, including video games, comic books, movies, and other things that are related to the nerd community. That being said, welcome to the very first edition of This Week in Nerd, where, like I said, we're going to be covering the top stories that have been circulating the nerd community throughout the week that may be interesting to you fellow nerds. Now, the very first story that we're going to talk about today is the movie The Batman, and the fact that director Matt Reeves released a short video clip of what Robert Pattinson looks like in the Batman suit. Now, we didn't get to see the entire suit, we only got to see the suit from the chest up, but we did get to see what Pattinson looks like in the mask, and I think that he looks like a great Batman. Personally, I have no doubts that Matt Reeves is going to do a good job of delivering a good Batman movie. I'm not worried about Robert Pattinson playing in the role. I know that there was people that were shocked when Robert Pattinson was cast. They're like, the Twilight guy, really? But we said the same thing about Heath Ledger when he was cast as the Joker. We said the same thing about Ben Affleck when he was cast as Batman, and they both did an amazing job. So I'm not worried because Robert Pattinson is a great actor. He's done amazing work in the previous movies that he's done since Twilight, and I think that he's going to do a great job. I think that Matt Reeves is a great storyteller. If you don't know, he's also the one that filmed the Rise of the Planet of the Apes movies and did a great job with that trilogy. I think he's going to do a great job with this movie as a storyteller that he is, and hopefully it's going to be something that the fans can be pleased with and the critics can be pleased with as well. Now, I don't really have an opinion on whether or not I like this suit because we didn't get to see the entire thing, but to me, it actually kind of reminds me of Batman Beyond. Maybe it's because of the red lighting in the video and because of the way that the bat wings are kind of sharp. So it kind of reminds me of Batman Beyond, but I doubt that the story is going to have anything to do with that. Personally, my favorite suit in the Batman series right now was the one from Christopher Nolan's trilogy, the one that came out in The Dark Knight Returns, which is the third movie in his trilogy. And I think that that was the most complete suit. I think that Christian Bale did a great job as Batman. But he's not my favorite Batman, but he did a great job as Batman in the suit, except for the voice. Now, I want to know what your favorite Batsuit in the series is so far as well, so leave a comment down below, and I swear to God that if you tell me that it's George Clooney's Bat Nipple suit, I'm gonna go crazy. But leave a comment down below, let me know which one your favorite is, and let me know what you think about this new Batman movie and what you think about this new costume. You think it's gonna be good? Are you have any concerns about the movie as well? Do you think that Matt Reeves is gonna do a good job? Do you think that Robert Pattinson's gonna be a good Batman? Let us know in the comment section down below. Keeping up with movies, let's talk about the furry blue speedster that hit the movie theaters this weekend. We're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, after we saw the very first trailer of Sonic the Hedgehog, I was extremely worried because that was a terrible looking Sonic, and I'm so glad that the studio listened to the fans and they went back and they changed the design of what Sonic looked like to look more like the true character from the video games. Now, this gave me hope that the movie was going to be good, but then again, before the movie came out, they didn't really let the critics release what their opinions were about the movie, so that's always very worrisome because the studio doesn't have any confidence in whether or not the movie is going to be liked. But it seems that the critics did kind of like it. I mean, it stands a little bit over 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is still considered fresh, but the fans really did enjoy this movie. It's over 90% of Rotten Tomatoes for the fans. And the general consensus is that the movie is doing really well in theaters. The movie made more than its budget already in the box office, which means most likely that it's going to continue to make more money, and this is going to translate into what's most likely going to be a sequel for the movie as well. Now, I don't know how well they adapted the movie from video game to movie theaters, considering the fact that the only animated character that I've seen in the movie trailer so far has been Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm wondering how Jim Carrey's performance is going to be in the movie. Personally, I think he's a great actor, and I think that Dr. Robotnik is a great character for him to play, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I want to know if you're looking forward to seeing Sonic the Hedgehog, or if you've seen it already, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now let's talk about a movie that was released this past weekend, or this past weekend, but now got re-released this weekend with a new name because of the fact that it didn't do so well in theaters the weekend before that. Of course, I'm talking about Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. And yes, that is the full title of the movie when it was released 2 weeks ago. And I can tell you from personal opinion, the fact that I saw the movie on opening weekend, that this movie is completely a Harley Quinn centered movie. The Birds of Prey take a huge backseat because of the fact that the movie is just focused from beginning to end. It's narrated from beginning to end by Harley Quinn. When the movie came out, it didn't do so well in box office. Now, the studio seems to think that this is because the movie was called Birds of Prey and that really long title that says Harley Quinn at the very end. People didn't really know that Harley Quinn was in the movie. So they decided to change the name of the movie to Harley Quinn Birds of Prey. And I think this was a very good move because having seen the movie myself, I think that this movie is simply just a Harley Quinn movie. This is very Harley Quinn centered. The whole point of the movie is what happens with Harley Quinn after she breaks up with the Joker. What is she going to do now? What is she going to do moving forward? Is she still with Suicide Squad? Is she still going to be trying to get back with the Joker? Is she going to try to go out on her own? The whole point of the movie is about Harley Quinn. She narrates it. She's the one that tells the story. She's the one that the story is about. And the Birds of Prey actually take a backseat, a huge backseat in this story. It's a good introduction to the Birds of Prey, but I hope they do get their own movie in the future, because this movie was a great Harley Quinn movie, and I do hope that people support it because I want to see more of this character. Now, the next time that we're going to see her is in Suicide Squad. I can't wait for Margot Robbie to play Harley Quinn again. She did a great job in this movie. She did a great job in the very first Suicide Squad. So when Suicide Squad 2 comes out, I think that she's going to do an even better job, as she's now become the epitome of that character. Personally, I think that the R rating really hurt the movie because of the fact that this is a real hard R rating. Not because the movie has any nudity or anything like that. It's just the way that the language is presented. It's just the way that the story is told, that the movie just feels very rated R for the fact that it is rated R. It's very gory, but not in the sense that it's very gratuitous, kind of like Deadpool or something like that. It's actually just violent, in my opinion. But I think that the movie was great. I really enjoyed the movie, but the fact is that because of this R rating, I think it's going to hurt the movie in the long run, not just here, but in overseas markets where they're not used to that type of film. They're not used to the Americanized version of violence, which Deadpool was very satirical. Deadpool was very violent as well, but that one was well received across international audiences because of the fact that it never took itself seriously. This movie is a very serious movie. It has a very serious tone, and I think that it does a very good job in depicting the characters from the universe of DC, but they didn't do a very good job of making this a movie for everybody. Now moving on to TV, let's talk about how Netflix released the teaser trailer for season 4 of Stranger Things. If you are a fan of Stranger Things like I am, then I know that you are really excited about what we got to see in this teaser trailer. Now, we didn't get to see much other than the fact that they were in Russia, but the one person that was revealed at the end of this trailer was something that we were all waiting for, because we hated what happened at the end of season 3. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Stranger Things season 3, then I recommend that you skip this part or skip on to the next story, because we will be giving away a big spoiler. Now, we know that at the end of season 3, we lost Hopper. Hopper sacrificed himself. He was one of the favorite characters. He has been there since season 1. He is probably one of my favorite characters in the show, and I didn't like the fact that he sacrificed himself, but we did kind of get hints at the very end of the season and the very last end credits where we got to see that they were talking about the American. So I'm pretty sure that they were talking about Hopper. I always had my inclinations that Hopper actually was going to be alive, but they never really announced that he was going to return for the 4th season until we saw this teaser trailer and we get revealed that he actually is in Russia. Now, is this a clone? Is this somebody else? Did he get transported? Now, we don't really know how that happened. Maybe this will be answered in season 4. Whether it's answered or not, all I care about is the fact that we still get Hopper in season 4. I don't know how big of a role he's going to play because of the fact that everybody's going to be back in America. I don't know how he's going to make it back to America as well. I really am so excited for season 4 of Stranger Things. It's one of those series that I can't wait to watch, and I'll binge watch it the weekend that it comes out. Now, I want to know what you think about Hopper coming back in season 4. Is this a character that you wish would have stayed dead so that they would have continued the story in another way? Or are you happy at the fact that this character, that is a beloved character to me in the series, has come back and is going to continue on in the series as well? Let us know in the comment section down below what you guys thought about the teaser trailer of Stranger Things season 4. Continuing on with Netflix, we know that Netflix has been buying up properties left and right so that they can have more content for their viewers to watch. Now, this includes anime, whether it be movies or full-length series. Netflix has done a very good job of curating a huge list of anime that people can watch from beginning to end. I love the fact that I can watch my favorite anime from beginning to end, not having to wait for episode after episode. But what I really don't like is what Netflix has been doing when it tries to adapt those favorite animes that I really love to watch and that people have come to cherish very much, and they try to adapt it into a live action movie, which is what they just announced recently. Now, previously we know that they are doing a live adaptation of Cowboy Bebop, but lately one of my favorite animes also just got announced that it's going to receive a live action adaptation, and that is One Piece. If you're not familiar with One Piece, it is a series that has been going on for a little bit more than 15 years, and it's still going on today with new episodes airing every single week. The show has to do with pirates, but not just pirates, it's pirates with superpowers. After eating something that's called the devil fruit, each person receives an individual power that is unique to them, that can develop over time, and they use it to fight one another. Luffy, the main character, ate the gum gum fruit, which makes him a rubber man. His body has become become basically elastic. He can stretch himself, he can balloon himself, he does all sorts of different things with his body. Now, this may sound like it's something that's cool and that can be easily adapted to maybe like a movie format or a TV format, but Netflix has shown us before that they do a terrible job of adapting anime movies or anime series into something that is a short, condensed version of what the full anime is. Like I said, this is an anime that's been going on for 15 years. Now, Netflix has announced that they are going to do a 10-episode live-action adaptation of the series, just like they're doing with Cowboy Bebop. And I'm worried about Cowboy Bebop as well, because that was a great series that I really enjoy, and I hope they do a great job with it, because they did a terrible job with Death Note. If you haven't seen the Death Note movie, then don't watch it. It's terrible. Watch the anime. The anime is so much better than the movie that Netflix put out, if you could even call it that. That was a terrible movie. But I want to know what you guys think about the live adaptations that Netflix has been doing of their anime series. Do you think that this is going to be a good adaptation? Are you a fan of One Piece? Are you a fan of Cowboy Bebop? Are you a fan of the adaptations that Netflix does? If you're not a fan, then let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this story. And finally, in toy-related news, this past weekend, Disney finally released what many fans have been clamoring for. They finally released some Baby Yoda merchandise, and I'm talking about the 11-inch plush that everybody has been waiting for, of Baby Yoda. Now, if you want to go out into the website and order your own Baby Yoda, please know that you can't. It is sold out. It's sold out within a matter of an hour, and anybody that's ordered it now at this point is now waiting till April to be able to get their plush Baby Yoda. Now, my recommendation is that you keep on waiting, because Disney hasn't said when they're going to be able to take new orders again. But the fact is that you know that these toys are going to be hitting the eBay market, and they're going to be hitting well over $100 for each one. You might actually find some already that's saying that you can purchase their pre-orders so that they can get it sent to you. But don't pay more than the $25 that Disney has priced this toy at. They will make more. You know that plushes are going to continue to be made when they start manufacturing them. Don't worry about it right now. Do not feed into those trolls that are trying to up the prices of these toys that simply, they're not collectible at this point, because they manufacture way too many of them to be considered collectible. So I'm telling you this right now, do not buy that Baby Yoda. I know that you may be excited. We all wanted a Baby Yoda. I wanted a Baby Yoda. But apparently when it comes to Disney toys, good things don't come to those who wait. Good things only come to those that sit next to their computer and wait for the sale to go live and have super fast internet so that they can actually get into the pre-order line. Let me know in the comment section down below if you were able to order one of those Baby Yoda plush toys, or if you're going to be looking forward into buying one of those from eBay, or are you just going to wait like a normal person and purchase the Baby Yoda when it's actually available again through the Disney store or through the Disney online store. And that is it for this first edition of This Week in Nerd. Let us know what you guys thought about the stories that we talked about today. If there's something that we didn't cover that you wanted us to talk about, let us know in the comment section down below so that we can continue to look for more stories that you guys want to hear about, whether it be about video games, whether it be about movies, whether it be about comic books. Doesn't matter what the topic is, as long as it's nerd related. We want to talk about it with you guys. Now, if you guys have any suggestions about what other content you want to see in this channel as we continue to expand, so that you guys can get to see a little bit more content, more than just Star Wars, more than just video games, whatever it is you guys want us to cover, please let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for being here at All About Nerd. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. My name is Mario, and I can't wait to have you back here at All About Nerd.